If you look at the coveted list of Daytona 500 pole winners, one of the most random drivers to pop up on that list will be Loy Allen Jr. His career began racing go-karts at just the age of 5 in his hometown of Raleigh, North Carolina. By the age of 16, he had won multiple World Karting Association championships and soon progressed to late models. After a successful stint there, his father decided he wanted to move him up to the NASCAR ranks. By the age of 26, Loy Allen Jr. was driving for his father's team in ARCA. In a part-time stint during the 1992 season, he won back-to-back poles in his first 2 starts. Despite having mixed results, his speed was good enough to catch the attention of the restaurant chain Hooters. They sponsored Loy Allen Jr.'s final 2 races of the season, and at Atlanta in the season finale, he scored his first career ARCA Series win. This coincided with the Underdog Championship win of Alan Kowicki, Hooters' main driver. Perhaps they might have found their driver of the future in Loy Allen. But heading into 1993, nobody could have predicted the tragedy that took place that April.
Bob Brooks' life was shattered the evening of April 1st. With one cruel blow, he lost his son, a close friend and colleague, and 2 business associates. While we mourned with him, it would be virtually impossible to understand his personal loss or his innermost feelings. In the days that followed the plane crash that killed reigning Winston Cup champion Alan Kowicki, Mark Brooks, Dan Duncan, and Charlie Campbell, Bob Brooks decided to withdraw his sponsorship from Kowicki Racing. Bitter words and rumors swirled through the NASCAR community, and while insiders say the chief argument between Brooks and Kowicki's agents centered around a replacement driver, Brooks says the decision to withdraw his sponsorship was a personal, not professional one.
We just didn't want the Hooters car out there, and the only thing we could do is what we did. Unfortunately, it's something that we couldn't explain to everybody at the time. And I think some people were hurt and disappointed we weren't racing. And I think maybe they took their frustrations out a little bit, which is understandable. And but no problem. If they were where I was, they'd probably done the same thing.
After those tragic passings, the rumor has it that Bob Brooks wanted Loy Allen in the 7. Once it was clear that it wasn't going to happen, he withdrew his Hooters sponsorship. This is a rumor that kept making rounds throughout the garage area, in which Bob Brooks denied. After leaving Alan Kowicki's team, Hooters continued to fund Loy Allen's efforts in ARCA. He continued on a part-time basis, but the same problems persisted. Extremely fast qualifying runs followed by inconsistent race pace. But still, Hooters was still keen on trying to get Loy Allen Jr. in the Cup Series. Eventually, Hooters announced that they would be sponsoring Loy Allen Jr.'s rookie Winston Cup season in 1994. Very surprising considering his ARCA struggles, and once he made some select starts in 1993, his performance didn't surprise anybody.
Virtually fresh tires right now, and about 10, 12 laps from now, you'll start seeing them using more racetrack.
Loy Allen used a lot of racetrack right there and got the wall. I wonder if he cut down a tire or something went wrong.
It looked like he just broke loose. I don't know if he had a tire problem or what. When Kenny Wallace got close to loosen him up, it was like.
Loy Allen has crashed up in turn 3, backed it in the fence, and comes down, and only one car involved. Looks like he still has the car moving.
In his 5 starts for TriStar Motorsports in '93, he accumulated 2 DNFs and also had 3 DNQs that season. Heading into 1994, the team rebranded to the number 19 Hooters Ford. His race pace might have came into question, but at times he showed extremely fast speed in qualifying. And when it came time to qualify for the 1994 Daytona 500, this was no different. Loy Allen Jr. would make history right out of the gate.
Hey, he's even faster than Ernie, coming off turn 4, mile an hour. Wow!
Could be a pole sitter here. There's the completion of lap number 1. And the first lap, 47.484, 189.535. See what it is out of turn 4. 187.8 is the fastest there. 189.3. He's going to do it.
He became the first rookie in NASCAR history to win the coveted Daytona 500 pole. But as predicted, he severely lacked any serious race pace for the Great American Race and wound up not even leading a single lap. He followed that up with a DNF at Rockingham, then a DNQ at Richmond, but then all of a sudden, he's on the pole for the second time in 4 races at Atlanta. It was deja vu. He wound up not leading a single lap, fell all the way to the back, and finished 22nd. He proceeded to DNQ in 5 races leading up to the spring Michigan race, where he ended up scoring his 3rd pole of the season. It was extremely bizarre. On one hand, he has multiple DNQs, but on the other, he has multiple poles. He finally led his first ever Winston Cup Series laps, but that would be just 7 in total. When it came down to super speedways, 2-milers, and even mile-and-a-half tracks, he was a damn good qualifier. But whatever magic they could find during qualifying just never transferred over to race day.
Oh, Jeff Gordon, nowhere to go. Look at Darrell down there.
There's Mark getting hit.
Twice.
Yeah.
He barely misses Darrell. Whoa, man. He couldn't have missed Darrell 2 inches. We see Rudd spinning down through there. Loy Allen. What's the black car? Is that 12?
Yes.
Bob Keselowski looks like he'll come to pit lane this time, driving for Jimmy Means. In trouble up there. One car is in the fence. Ward Burton and Loy Allen go spinning up in turn number 3. Ooh.
Well, you've seen it right there. Evidently, he got contact with somebody, which was not very, very clear. Looks like the blue car.
Is that his brother?
Or
is that Dave? I'm not sure.
And we've got a crash on the front straightaway as Loy Allen is in the wall.
Right below the starter stand at the start-finish line.
Wow, some heavy contact to the Hooters forward.
Perhaps was moving around in there. There apparently is some injury. Here is what happened.
Apparently the right front tire gave way, Bob, and boy, he went straight into that wall, hit it hard. And as Benny says, the momentum that he had, brake line sheared and everything else, he just stayed up against the wall out there, but it went a long way down the racetrack before it finally came to a stop.
The last wreck in the season finale at Atlanta resulted in an injured shoulder. One of the strangest rookie seasons in NASCAR history resulted in 0 top 10s, 3 poles, 12 DNQs, an average finish of 28.8, along with 7 DNFs. For 1995, Allen would drive in a partnership deal with Junior Johnson Motorsports for 4 races. I actually have this 27 Hooters diecast. It's the most random one in my collection. After 4 races with a best finish of 37th, Hooters stayed with Junior Johnson but left Loy Allen. He returned to TriStar Motorsports, where he found his most success on the super speedways. He qualified on the front row yet again for the spring Talladega race, and actually led the most laps of his Winston Cup Series career, that being a total of 18. Not only that, he would also score his first career top 10 finish, finishing 10th. But that would unfortunately be the most success he would find over the next 2 seasons, driving in a part-time stint for TriStar Motorsports.
Let's take a look at what happened here. Loy Allen crashing into the back of Brett Bodine. Well, where's Todd in all of this? He gets Ricky Craven just getting by.
Sure looked like something happened to Brett Bodine earlier.
He slowed down, really slowed down quick.
Can't believe that. They broke something again. Oh.
Oil in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Only a couple. Bad wreck in turn 2. That's Mike Wallace, number 90, front end gone on the Don Levy car. Let's see what else is in there. I think Brett Bodine, the man we were just talking about, who lost a car out here early on in the practice, had one burned down on him. Loy Allen is in it.
Oh, trouble in turn 1. Hard crash.
Hard crash up into the corner. We are under caution for Bobby Labonte. Remember, we had said earlier that he was reporting a possible vibration in the car. He was running in 5th as he goes up into the wall, and we are under caution here on the speedway. So caution, and that too is Loy Allen's automobile. By that point, he'd already gotten out of shape.
Eli, he's already had tremendous impact on the right front corner there. He has no brakes or any steering whatsoever. You see it going into the inside wall. Watch this hit. Boy, he hit hard right there.
He did that. So Loy Allen is now being tended to by the NASCAR safety officials. And that obviously is a reason for the red flag. His safety. So Loy Allen coming to a stop at the end of the backstretch, and the first caution waves on lap 24.
The pedal, though. Anything to do with the pedal.
You didn't hit anything, did you?
Oh, yeah, I hit something.
Caution out again here at Atlanta, 6th of the afternoon. Cars involve Loy Allen and Wally Dallenbach, and it's at the head of Main Straightaway.
Wow. He let off on the gas, and all of a sudden he's up in the wall, and there wasn't somebody in the rear there.
Loy Allen Jr. was knocked unconscious in the 1996 season finale. In his 20 starts from 1995 to 1996 with TriStar, he only scored one top 10 with a combined 8 DNFs. Some of these wrecks were pretty nasty. He only made 2 more starts during the 1999 season, and after that, called it a career in NASCAR. This is one of the most bizarre NASCAR busts I've done in a while. This was a driver that was touted by Hooters as their potential future, and one that at times showed extremely fast qualifying pace. But every time it came to race day, he was always caught up into some type of trouble. His legacy in NASCAR will be remembered as probably the most random Daytona 500 pole winner. And unfortunately, since Hooters was hyping him up as their potential future star, he is also labeled as a NASCAR bust. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.